Hello, all. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. So, today I'll talk about a customer requirement that I was kind of working on today. So, the requirement was that the customer wanted that some of their users should have a ability to just preview report, but they should not be able to print it. They should not be able to download it. I'm like, okay, let's think about it. Let's see what's possible in Business Central. And then I found a built-in feature which is pretty interesting for those kind of scenario. So in this particular video we are going to talk about it, how you can preview a report and then limit it so that it cannot be downloaded and all. So if you don't know about it, stay with me and we'll get through it. So in version if I'm not correct wrong 2024 release wave 2, Microsoft announced a preview capability of reports in Business Central Online as well as Business Central On-Prem. I would highly encourage even for Business Central On-Prem customers to use the cloud functionality, because that way your code is universally accepted. If you don't know about universal accepted code, let me know. We'll talk about it in some other video. And with that feature, you are able to kind of have a report previewed on the browser without downloading it, one. And then as a developer or as a customer, you can define, a user allowed to download the previewed report or not. So let's get into it. Okay, so for the demo, what I'll do is on the posted sales invoice, okay, we all see an action to print the posted sales invoice, which then goes to our to the customers, right? So this is the invoice and you need to pay for this. And by default, there's an action available under print and send which says print. Now, as of today, what the customers can do is they can have this and then they can preview it, but then they have capabilities of printing it and they have different capabilities available. When they get into the preview, they're still able to have a download option from the preview, which then downloads that into your browser with this button. So we'll see how we can add a new button here to preview the report, and then what capabilities and what restrictions that can bring into the system. So without further delay, let's get into it. The source code of this will be available in GitHub. There's a BC code samples repo in my GitHub. You can always refer to that. So let's start with creating a page extension simply on our posted sales invoice page. Sales invoice. Okay, and then I'll just use that to give the name to my page extension. Now, as we are trying to add an action, let's create an action area. Okay, and then I would like to add this action. Let's say add after of print, so that I can see that. I'm pretty sure that the print is also promoted, so let's do this also on the promoted part. Print promoted. That way we'll also have this action as promoted. So I'll just first quickly go and create the action ref, and we'll call it as preview promoted, and the action will be called preview, and here I'll add that action. Okay, preview. Now in here I will set the basic properties, which is, let's say, application area, that's available for everyone. Caption is preview. Image is preview. If there's a preview image, I don't know. And then there should be a tooltip. Preview the posted sales invoice. Okay, so preview is not there. Anything on preview? No, let's do report in that way. Report. Okay. Now what typically Microsoft does when they do a print, let's go into the print and see that. and we'll just copy paste more or less the same code. So they take the rec into this, they set the selection filter, and then they call a built-in function called print record. We'll also do that. Okay, what happens in this function print record? Let's go in. We don't want to print the record for sure, so it calls this function try send to printer, which then opens up the printer as in the preview window and all, and I guess this is the function. So let's search for this. Okay, send to printer, which then prints this with the report selection. So the report they are finding is from this dummy report selection. Okay, so I'll have to tweak this a little bit. Let's do it here, because the report for posted sales invoice comes from the report selection. So we'll add some variables here, one for sales invoice header and one for dummy report selection. Now sales invoice header, I prefer it to keep just a different name because this was not giving me any errors. So let me make it sales invoice header record. Okay, so now with this we are good to go. Let's get into set the dummy report selection to find the record. Okay, we'll have a users, and that users will be posted sales invoice, or not actually, it'll be something like s dot. Let's do this. Okay, so there are a lot of reports, as you can see here, that are available in report selection. That way Microsoft keeps it easy for customer to define a different report. Now just to be sure that we find something on dummy report selection. Okay, so now we have found the report ID at this point. Now let's move forward and try to see that new function. So the new function comes up with file dot, and then there are two variable functions available. One is file.view. So the view is a function that's available on-prem, but as I said earlier, I would highly discourage people to use this because this requires your customers to buy separate module into the license so that they can run the on-prem tagged features. Believe me, I don't understand why even this is added, but I would prefer to use FileL'View because that allows this code to run on-prem as well as on cloud, and they are more or less the same thing. With FileL'View there are few parameters. One is the inStream, which holds the file, the file name that you can have while you are generating that, and then the last one is allow download and print. That's a boolean. So this will kind of handle the situation that I want. So now at this point I want inStream, so somehow I need to save that report into an stream so that then I can input it in here. So what I can do here is I can call the report.saveAs, which then gives me an option to save a report into streams. But I need to pass the report number, the parameters if there are any, the type of format that I would like to save it into, and then the outstream, which will store it into the stream. Last but not least is the record ref, or I guess you can also pass record. So let's create the outstream variable, report outstream of type outstream, and then because this needs an inStream, so we'll also create the report inStream type inStream. Now whenever you're dealing with streams, you need to initialize or create those. That happens with the temp blob, which is the code unit temp blob. Okay, I guess that's all. Now what you need to do is initialize both of these streams. So let's do temp blob dot create InStream and then pass report InStream into it. In the same way, we'll initialize the outstream, create outstream, and then we'll pass the report outstream. So both of them are kind of initialized at this point. So far so good. Let's move ahead and let's try to save as. So the first thing that it needs is the report ID or the number, which we'll get from the dummy report selection dot report ID. Okay, then the next thing that we need is parameter. We don't have any. Then the next one is report format. So let's pass the report format as whatever you need. Okay, I would prefer it into a PDF, so I can do that. And then it's outstream, so we can pass report outstream. And last but not least is my record, which is sales invoice header record. So that way I have this saved into the stream. Now this save as always passes you a boolean. If you haven't paid attention, it returns you a boolean. So if needed, I can do a if and then remove the begin from here, that if it is found, then only then it'll try to do this. Then removing this, repeating if else situation. Okay, sounds fair. Now I need to preview it. So what I can do is I then call InStream, which is my report InStream. Then the next parameter is the file name. So let's keep it simple. Okay, last is very important. So if you want your users or customer want their users not to have availability to download the PDF while the preview is on, then you can set it to false. Otherwise you can set it to true. So I can set it to false. That way I'll be able to have users capability to see it but not download the report if they need it. Okay, now I guess we are good here. Let's try to publish this and see what happens on our browser. Now what happens with this is it get published into my environment, and then I should be able to go into my posted sales invoice page and then try to preview that report that we have added the capability. I'm pretty sure there are some questions how you kind of limit that, but that is not part of this video, but I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do it. But with this, what will happen is a new action will be added into the posted sales invoice, as we just added that from our code. So let's get into the posted sales invoice. Okay, at this point, when I open a posted sales invoice, I should see under print two options. One is for printing the report, which is the default Microsoft option, and then after that I should also find a new option that we just added for previewing a report without download capabilities. So you can see the preview. As soon as I click on preview, it just runs the report as normally, and then it loads the preview on the browser. Now there has been a lot of situation where you have to download a report just to see what the output look like, but now with this capability you can control the preview part only without having a requirement to download that file. Now having said that, if you notice on the action bar down there, there's no option to download, there's just an option to view this, and that kind of solves the problem that's needed. So what are the key takeaways from it? One, there is a file view option which is available on-prem, which you should never use. Second, you should always use the file view from stream, which makes it easier for you and for the customers to have the code available in Business Central on-prem or cloud and work seamlessly across the system. Now with Business Central 27 or 2025 release wave 2, Microsoft have added capability to preview it on the fact box, which you might have seen on the previous video. If you haven't, go back to the channel and see that there's a video of how you use extended data type, because that's just added as an extended data type, which allows you to see the PDF or the output into a fact box of a report. Now you know the drill at this moment. If you know someone who's struggling with it or should know about it, do share this video with those people on your social media so that people can reach and understand how to do things simply. If you like the content, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. That helps us to understand how we are doing, and that also gives us energy to keep doing whatever we are doing. If there's a business requirement, if you're a customer and listening to us, or even a partner, reach out to us at info@consulting.com and we'll be happy to help you with your Business Central and connected products need. I'll see you sooner than later into the next video. Till then, keep learning and keep sharing whatever you're learning. Thank you and have a nice day.